What's going on, everybody? I'm letting you get in here. It's Thursday. Yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, you want to hear that? We'll fight. We winning. We winning. Yes, we winning. We winning. That's what it's about. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can see me. There we go. Y'all getting on. I was getting texts asking me was I on. Like I said, I'm on location. As you can see, I'm trying to stand still. Y'all don't get hit by the light. But it's always good to be in the light of the light and walk with the light. Hey, you tuning in to Straight Talk 24/7 with Elder J. Chris. That's me. And of course, you're watching a quick 15 Uncensored. Hey, listen here. We just had to get away. Not get away to go be around people. We went into more seclusion than we already were. So we doing more seclusion. Nobody around me. Nobody. But, you know, I just want to say, we winning. We winning. I want you to repeat that to yourself. You winning. No matter what's going on, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like, no matter what's going on the news, no matter what the president's saying, no matter what your governor's saying, no matter what your friends are saying, no matter what the boss of the job is saying, you are winning. You gotta say it. You gotta know it. You gotta believe it. You gotta walk it and talk it. Because this is a season of winning. You are in your winning season. So, you know, it's like before everything really broke off. And if y'all go back and watch episodes, you know, I was going on location before and it really hadn't broke loose. And I told you we were going to go on location and everything broke loose. And so we had to cancel all that. But, you know, this right here, I did not cancel. Because I'm winning, man. I'm winning. Among all of this mess going on, I'm winning. And I deserve, you deserve to feel your winning season. You see what I'm saying? Hey, listen here. Today, we're going to do something a little different, but not so different, but a little different. As people are still logging on Thursday, you know how we do, Thursday, 7 o'clock. I love y'all for letting me just come into your cribs. As I said, this is winning season. Sometimes it doesn't sound like it and doesn't look like it. So, yeah, I'm going to give you some real word to show you how it's winning season. But I am going to share not just what's going on with me, but I'm going to share how God has been moving in other people's lives. I've talked to him, and I'm going to share how he's been moving in their lives. And, I mean, wow. You want to know God's moving? You need to just hear other people. That's what an adversary wants to shut people up. He wants to shut you up from sharing your testimony. And even more so, not thinking that you have a testimony. When God does something great, the adversary is the first one there to say, that wasn't God. That ain't such a big deal. You don't need to tell nobody about that. See, that's all about trying to put out the fire before it gets started. Because I'm telling you, right now, the lands that we walking in, it's dry. And all it takes is a spark to start this thing ablaze. So, let me share some things. Then I'm going to get some things from the Word. We're going to put this thing together. I'm still going to try to do it in a quick 15. But, you know, we never know how to go today, okay? So just bear with me. Listen. My first one. My brother, Joe Smith, and I'm only going to say this, I'm saying this because he has shared this testimony already. My brother, Joe Smith, who is a producer, a writer, he's written plays, he's a jet setter, man. He's in Detroit, California. He plays for Dorinda Clark. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Anybody that's a serious musician knows Joe. And Joe came down with the COVID, man. And he's one of the people I knew, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. And he shared how and he was hanging out the window going to the ER, just trying to suck in air. And he just couldn't get any air. But he said that when he was in that hospital and they were all trying to look at him and wasn't sure what to do, but just saying, well, if you get to this point, man, we're going to have to get the ventilator on you. And they was making it like it was the death sentence. But he said, you know what? Hey, if it's going to get there, it's going to get there. Just put me on it now. See, what they didn't know is Joe is a man of God. Joe knows where his source is, where his help comes from. He wasn't scared to go in first. He went in head first. He wasn't trying to be reactive. He went proactive. He's like, well, let's just do the thing. And he went in and he said, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Because once they put that ventilator on you, you know, you pretty much is out. Because that thing takes over for you. But see, what Joe knew is that wasn't what was going to take over. God was about to take over. So they put him on that ventilator and Joe was out. But guess what? Joe is home. Joe is home now, out of that hospital. And the nurse had told him, the group of people that went on the ventilator, only 2 of them came off. And I was like, wow, my God. But I have to believe Joe's faith. And don't get me wrong, because there's some people that got faith that have died on this COVID. I'm not sitting here. I'm not about to be one of these people trying to shuck and jive y'all like this COVID ain't just taking out some faithful people. It is. But I'm about to tell you something. You can't still let it shake your faith. You still are winning. This is still your winning season. You can't let it stop you from sharing your testimony when God does something great. Understand that. Because see, the God I serve, even if those who do go on, see, I know where they're going. See, so where they're going is even better than where I am now. So, you know, what can I say? I pray for the families, but I know they're in a better place. So, Joe, I appreciate you sharing your testimony. Let me know how you got through. Because you were alone naturally. But you took God in there with you. And I know you left some God in there for them. So thank you, Joe Smith. I salute you, my brother. My next testimony. A lot of you on Facebook know her. Her name is Lake Gibson. I was hoping she'd be tuning on right now. Maybe I could try to click her and I don't know how this thing works. I could pop her up or something. But Lake had shared a testimony earlier in this past week about just how people just are evil. She was just driving 35 near Trotwood for all those people that are living in the Dayton area. And I guess somebody just felt like, hey, she wasn't moving fast enough for him to get over. Well, this guy decides to shoot. You hear me? Shoot. Pull a gun out and shoot. And I don't mean like just recklessly, like, let me try to scare her. No, he shot at her car, blew the window out, the passenger window. You can see where the bullet just hit the door frame. It's almost like God pushed her vehicle up forward. As it's like to make sure she didn't get hit. Let me tell you something. Just to hear it, scary. But see, I see God all in that. Because people are going crazy because of this virus. People are losing their mind because they have their source in things, in people, in stuff, in whatever. But whatever it is, it ain't God. And because those things will be affected by this virus, they losing their mind. And it never fails. When catastrophe seems to be taking over, people take it out on people. But let me tell you something. My friends, my women, my men, my brothers, my sisters of God. God has a fence around you, a hedge of protection around you when the adversary. See, this right here wasn't just something happened. This was a serious attack from the adversary himself. God has to give him some permission. And he didn't have permission to take Lake out. So, Lake, I appreciate you. I know you were scared, and it was a lot for you to share your testimony right after it happened. But God had you, still does. It wasn't your time, it wasn't your season, because you are still in your winning season. Keep sharing your testimony. Keep doing the work that you do. Because it is going to lead so many people to him as his source, as their source. All right? Last one here, and then I'm going to give you something just to hold on for yourself. I got a partner of mine named Ernest Lee. Ernest is out of Detroit but lives in Atlanta. Now, he's shut in. He's a musician, minister of music down there in Atlanta. Put out a record here not that long ago. And I be dog if that joint didn't hit the Billboard and one of the most added songs this past week. While Ernest is sitting at home. Don't tell me God can't do something for you while you just sitting at home being quarantined. God is still moving on your behalf. So if it's something that God has given you, if he's giving you a gift, if he's giving you something up here, he's motivated you, he's giving you dreams, write them down. Whatever it is, you don't have to stop doing it. You got all the time in the world. Excuse me. You got all the time in the world. God is ready for you to put your plan into action so he can blow on it. Better believe he's ready to blow on it. He's trying to show the enemy right now, even through all of this, he's still in control. Now let me give it to you from the word. Because I know you're like, Elder J, you got a lot. You sharing a lot. Sounds good. But how do I tie that? What's in the Bible that makes that applicable to me? Tell me. All right, I'll tell you. Go to your word and you go to Daniel. Go to chapter 3. And I'm telling you because I know most of y'all have heard this story. You've heard it. You've heard how Nebuchadnezzar got so mad at these three boys because they would not worship him. They wouldn't bow down and worship him. So he said, fire up that furnace. Thought he was going to intimidate him. You know how it is. Bully. The bully thing. Fire up that furnace. Bow down. We can't do that. Because they know who their source is. They bow down to no one but him. So they got thrown into the fire, in the furnace. They were surrounded by flames. They were surrounded by fire. But while they were surrounded, he was waiting to hear scream. He was waiting to hear agony. He was waiting to hear defeat. But all of a sudden, all he could hear was praise. And they looked in and they were dancing. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They was praising. And see kind of another shadow in there, a fourth figure. And we equate that to be Jesus in there dancing with them. See, we are surrounded by this virus. It is surrounding us all around us. North, south, east, west. And I'm not sitting here saying that you can't get touched by this virus. But what I am saying is that you can have their type of faith to where you don't bow down to the virus. You bow down to God. And you have faith in him that no matter how hot the flames get, no matter how close the flames get, you got on some flame retardant gear given to you by your Father. You got on some virus retardant gear. He is giving you wisdom on what to do to make sure you stay protected. You just have to make sure you do it. Wipe everything down. Keep washing your hands. Wear your mask. Wear your bandana. Those gloves, that's kind of tricky. Put them on, but then don't start touching everything with the gloves on. Okay? Get them and then take them suckers off correctly and discard them. Just keep washing your hands and turn to him. Ask God for direction in all that you do, and I promise you, it's better than a GPS. It's better than a microwave. It's better than satellite or cable. He will get you where you need to go. He will never fail you. He may take you somewhere that you think you know better. Now, that's a whole different story. But I'm going to tell you, the last time I argued with God and thought I knew better, I lost. Just saying. I know what I'm talking about. Hey, like I said, I was going to give you some winning. And we all winning. And I know you got a story too if you just think about it. We all got something that God is doing for us, has done for us in this season of the COVID. Start sharing it. Start spreading it. Let people know we still serve a living God. I'm winning. You start telling me how you winning. Shame the devil. and give God all the praise. Hey, that's my time, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out winning. We win. We win. We win. Come on, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Straight Talk 24/7 with Elder J. Chris and watching the show, A Quick 15 Uncensored. Make sure, check out the page, like it, follow it, check the past shows. All right? Check the old shows. Make sure you check me out every Thursday, 7 p.m. I'll be here as long as you are. See you later. God bless y'all.